Hey, what's up, guys? It's your girl Letty Letty. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the bell down below. Today I want to discuss some opinions of other people about me that think that I am racist, and I'm not, like, at all whatsoever. I, like a lot of people, have made jokes or said things that could be portrayed that I'm a racist, but I'm not. Anything that I say is amongst friends and family, and it comes from a place of just humor, never a place of hatred in my heart for a particular person or race, gender, or anything like that. So let's just go ahead and fucking clear the air about that. Anyway, so a little bit of backstory about me. I am biracial. I'm half black, half white. My mom is white. My dad is black. I was raised pretty much as a little white girl. I did not know that I was black. I didn't know I was mixed. I didn't know anything, really. I mean, I was a kid and no one made an issue about it or pointed out that my skin tone was different from anyone else's. So, where I grew up was a very small city called East Jordan, Michigan. And me, my sister, and my brother were like the only black kids in like 12 different counties. So, I mean, as a kid growing up, I didn't know who I was as far as what I identified myself with, um, which I don't think any child growing up should be exposed to racism or hate or anything like that as a kid. Like, let them just fucking be a kid and enjoy their life. Um, I did hear the word, someone called me a nigger um, when I was probably like 7 or 8 years old, and I didn't know what that meant. I knew I got a bad feeling though. Like it did not um, feel good, um, but I didn't know what the word meant. I didn't know that it was a racial term being used towards me. And I just knew that I got a bad feeling from the person who said it. Um, so I have, on my mom's side, I have an older brother, an older sister, and they're both mixed as well. And, other than my siblings, I didn't fucking see anybody else of color. I didn't even know that there were other people of color except for on TV. I used to watch the Huxtables because I'm fucking old. But, so I was pretty much raised as a little white girl. So when I was probably about 8 or 9, my mom moved me to California. And when I got to California, I was like, holy fucking shit. Like, there's everybody here. Like, there were Hispanics, there were Asians, there were other African Americans. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So that was my first time really being exposed to other cultures, other races, and different things like that. Now, when I was probably about 10 years old ish, my mom sent me to live with my grandmother in Detroit, which is on my dad's side. And that's all predominantly black where she lived. And so I got picked on for the way I talked, my accent. I got picked on for the kind of music that I listened to. So when the infomercials would come on and they'd be promoting music, I would hear Metallica and AC/DC and I'd be fucking rocking out. And they would look at me like, what the fuck are you listening to? And I'm like, I don't know. It kind of made me feel like, um, like I shouldn't have been listening to it. Like there was something wrong with me for listening or knowing those songs that came on the TV. And now that I'm older, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't know good music when you fucking hear it? Like, that shit is the shit. So I got made to feel probably the first time like there was a difference when I moved to Detroit. And it was all predominantly black. They weren't used to that. And so I kind of got pegged for it. So my whole life, I've been bounced around back and forth from the East Coast to the West Coast, which I'm really grateful for because I definitely know what it's like to live on both sides of the fence and to identify with both cultures. Um, I would probably say when I got into junior high, At that time, again, I was living with my grandmother in Detroit, and that's when I started taking interest in boys. And growing up in Detroit in a mostly predominantly black area, of course, I was interested in black males. That's what I was around, that's what I saw, so on and so forth. And when I was growing up, it seemed like this big deal, like you didn't date outside of your fucking race. And I remember feeling kind of confused because it was like, well, I'm not really black and I'm not really white. So what is my race? And like, who is it okay for me to take interest in? So my first crush, my first love, my first whatever was with a black male. Now, when I was about 15, we moved to Las Vegas. And I noticed that I was getting attention from every race. Like, it didn't matter. I had white guys looking at me. I had Hispanics, Asians. I mean, you fucking name it. They were like, she's pretty fucking cute, you know? And so when I realized that it was like, well, fuck, I don't have to subject myself to one fucking race. Once I found out that it was okay for me to like step outside of that zone and I could basically go after whoever the fuck I wanted, I took full advantage. I was like, fuck you guys, I'm out this bitch. Like, yeah, give me the white boy, give me the Mexican, give me the Asian. Like, I don't have to just stick to one race. And once I found that out, I was like, it's on and cracking now. So, I do have children. I have children by a black male, and I have children by a white man. My ex-husband is white. I have children that look completely fucking white. We're talking like green eyes, fucking strawberry blonde hair. I mean, I got one that looks like a straight fucking Mexican. I mean, you name it, I got it. So, I am definitely not racist. Probably in the year 2000 is when I just stopped dating black men, period. I've had one too many experiences, and I just realized that that was just no longer my cup of tea. I haven't dated a black man since, and I probably never will again. So I get a lot of hate from black guys when they try to holler at me, and I'm usually just polite and just say I'm not interested, or I'll fucking lie and say, no, I'm married, sorry, I can't do it. But the truth is, I'm just not interested. I mean, there are some really fine brothers. I mean, Chris Brown, fuck it. Yep, changing the game right then and there. Definitely gonna date Chris Brown. There are definitely a few that I would definitely throw into the bucket for sure. But my preference is just not to date black men. I just don't. You know, everybody has a fucking preference, and they like what they like, and that's just where I'm at in my life, and that's what I go after. And it kind of sucks because, like, out here in Michigan, there's still so much fucking like segregation. Everybody's like separate, and I'm not used to that. You know, in Vegas, you date whoever you want, whenever you want, however you want. Doesn't matter what they look like, what color they are, how big, how small. I mean, it's a free for all in Vegas and California, I'm sure. So out here in Michigan, the challenge is a little bit more for me, because most white males here, a lot of them, and I'm not going to say all of them, but the majority that I've ran into have never dated a black girl before, or a mixed girl. So that's kind of challenging, and a lot of times is they only kind of want to because it's like their first time ever really doing it, and it's like, you know, date me because you like me, not because you think, you know, I'm your first black girl that you're ever gonna fucking sleep with or fucking date. So, but just to clear the air, I am not racist, so let's just go ahead and throw that fucking shit out the window, because I'm not. And if I vote this year, I am going to vote for Trump, and I know I'm going to get a lot of fucking hate and shit for that too. But again, that is my choice, and I'm going to go with what I believe in my heart would be the best option for this country. And I'm not including racism and all the racist opinions or views about whether Donald Trump is racist and all this other fucking shit. Yes, he's a complete fucking asshole. I will agree there. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not a perfect person. I'm not a perfect Christian, but I am a Christian, and I do hold value to my Christian beliefs. And so far, Donald Trump steps up to the plate for those. And I am going to go with what I believe in my heart is the right direction for me and the country that I believe in. So that is my choice. That is my decision. Fuck you if you don't like it. Sorry. Um, but yeah, I mean, we can talk about pretty much anything. I'm not going to hate on anybody's point of view. You can hate me, you can love me, you can like me or dislike me, but it doesn't really matter. So, but until the next conversation, hit the subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll get back to some other topics at another time.